Have you ever been judged? Have you ever had somebody that was so sure they completely knew you and had you labeled and had you judged? It's a pretty ugly experience. When other people do it to us, it's not cool. And the bottom line is, it doesn't do us any good when we do it to someone else. I was working as a bartender. One of the gigs that I got was a corporate party, okay, for the Philip Morris Corporation. I think they've changed their name since then, but they basically, that was the company, and it was a retirement party for one of their major executives. And the affair was actually, it was late morning, and people were really drinking. We were busy. And then the event started, and people were getting up, and they were talking about this person being honored. And one after another, I mean, geez, the reviews were more and more glowing as people went on about what a amazing, dynamic, brilliant leader he was, and how he had found very clever ways to market their products to developing nations and to countries that were now free for American trade and stuff like that. And he had a great way with people, and they were saying how he was personally, single-handedly responsible for opening up all these new markets. And he was just a brilliant genius at it. And everybody was so impressed. And I'm thinking to myself, this company sells cigarettes. This guy might be responsible for killing more people than Hitler. And I'm like, oh man, what a creep. And I was, thinking, oh man, I'd love to tell this guy off. Well, the event ended, and we had to pack up all the supplies and, clean up and everything. And I was downstairs bringing stuff into the basement, came up, and this guy is talking to some of the other waiters and bartenders. And he's hanging out with them, and I'm like, whoa, this is my chance. I could just go over to him and say, hey, hope you enjoy that retirement. And, don't you worry a bit about all those people that are going to now die because of you. I'd be very sarcastic. So I was all set to like, yeah, I'm gonna just put that little seed in there and make him like suffer. And I'm watching him. And this guy is talking with this hired help like he was buddies with them. He was like laughing with them. He was treating them with respect. He was finding common ground. He was talking with them about soccer and Latin music and jazz. That was his passion, jazz. In fact, most of the gifts he got were jazz CDs. And he was just, really being good to them. All the other people that attended that event had treated us like we were below them. We were the hired help, and they were the guests, and everybody was, dressed up to the max, and everybody's acting like they're superior. This guy didn't have that in him. He was hanging out like he was just one of the guys. That was when I realized, I couldn't hate him, even if my life depended on it. Judging is living, you're in the present moment, but you're not. When you're judging, you're living in the past. And you're labeling a person in a particular way that keeps you and the Spirit of God from flowing in the present moment. That's why Mother Teresa always says, you either judge or love, because they don't go together. If you're too busy loving, then you should be too busy to be judging, because it's going to block you from flowing. I'll give you another quick story. Doing a retreat, and the woman in charge, as soon as I come through the door, my supplies to start the retreat, says to me, there's a boy in the front row. He's going to ruin your retreat. And she has never done that before. I worked with her for years, and she never said anything like that about anybody. And I'm wondering, what the heck? He looks like a regular kid. And she's like, no, but he's ruined every single class, every single program, everything, all year. Good luck. You know something? This kid, not only did he not cause trouble, he ended up being the kid of all of them on that whole retreat that was into it. We bonded, and he was like laughing at my jokes. He was like the most responsive person I had in the whole group. And if I would have judged him, if I would have said to him, or treated him Like, you're trouble kid. Hey, don't even start with me. I would have done that, probably would have ruined it for him and for me. So I want to encourage you, if you're the kind of person that does this easily, this judging thing, to really, ask God to help you to let go of it, because it's really going to hold you back in your life in so many different ways. We all judge. Judging is a natural thing. The brain does it automatically. But holding on to judgments and excessively engaging in them is where you run into trouble. Okay? So when they happen, don't fight them. Just recognize it and say, thank you to the brain. Thank you for warning me here. But, maybe you're right. Maybe this person is capable of something completely different here. Maybe it's not going to go that way that I might be afraid it's going to go. And that's a level of freedom that the more you have the Spirit of God in you, the more you're able to just not get caught up in those judgments, and you have a way better life. Okay?